A lot of realtors are walking this way, and I'm just going to ask if they know how to house homeless veterans. Do you know how to house homeless veterans?
No.
No.
Okay.
I sadly do not.
I do not, but I would love to learn.
I do not.
I do not, but I would like to know how.
The answer to that is no.
No. Do you know how to house homeless veterans?
I do not.
I do not.
Do you know how to house a homeless veteran?
He's a veteran and he would be
Come
homeless
here.
if I did not house.
Oh, look at
Okay. We're here at the Capitol, Illinois State Capitol. This is the lobby day for Realtors. And I did make an announcement on the bus about my 3-hour course that I wrote to teach Realtors how to work effectively with a homeless veteran. Just because the veteran is homeless doesn't mean they don't have resources to use to get housed or to get anything else they need, because they do. But how do you get to those resources to help that homeless veteran get housed? I've got the class, and it'll be out soon. I did say I was going to change that video, but I like it so much because I was actually at the Capitol, and being at the Capitol, I had the opportunity to make that video. So if I were to change it, I would probably just have to cut off the back, because that's an awesome video. And it was true. When I asked about maybe about 20 realtors who were at the Capitol state of Illinois that day for Realtors Lobby Day, to talk to officials and tell them, hey, vote on this. We like this. We need this in our real estate community. So vote yes. Let's push this through so it can protect so many people. That's what the lobby day was. But I'm sitting there during the opening event where all the realtors were, and there was the stage, people coming on stage speaking and talking about, whatever they were talking about in the real estate community. It was thousands of us there from Illinois. They had, and our real estate association sent buses to the different real estate association offices. And I belong to Main Street Organization of Realtors here in Illinois. So my husband and I got on the bus and we rode down to Springfield that day for Lobby Day. I'm going to find that information and bring it up, and on another video, I'll talk about it, what we were lobbying for on that day. So I'm sitting there and in the audience with all the other realtors at the round tables. It was just a sea of us. It was a lot. And so you have veterans. How much do you get per veteran? Hold on, I'm not talking about that, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not yet. I have some books in my bio. You can go get some books in my bio, because I don't talk about that right now. I'll talk about it later, but not right now. So anyway, just keep listening so you can understand how to be in the community, and not just trying to get in a community, because realtors, we're also a community that can help assist with your transitional housing. What's going on over here? Okay, with your transitional housing. And I teach on veterans shared living. And this is my book right here. You can go to the bio and get this book. So, and so let me back up. So I'm at Lobby Day, and at the round tables, the eating tables, and it was just thousands of us there from here all the way across. It was like the I don't even know how many realtors, but thousands. It's like 190,000. Hold on, Alexa, how many realtors and real estate brokers are there in the Illinois area?
Illinois has approximately
estate agents and brokers. Would you like to know more about the top real estate professionals in the state?
I'll ask you that question later.
Sounds good. I'll be here when you're ready to dive into those real estate states.
Thank you. So top real estate agents in Illinois. I'll ask her about that later. So I work in the veterans market totally, from homeless to home ownership. I've been housing homeless veterans for the past 22 plus years. I've been a realtor for 29 years. And the majority, as you see, of my real estate profession has been in the veterans community, from homeless to home ownership. And I've moved veterans from homeless to a transitional unit, to a unit where HUD-VASH or other SSVF funding is used, to home ownership, single family, 2 flats, 3 flats, 4 units. And then again, they did it again and again. So I've always been the teacher, the instructor, the one who comes out to teach everybody to do this stuff after I did it, before I started working with homeless veterans. I'm like, it was a dream come true to be able to bring other veterans to where during the different times of my life I had been. It was a dream come true. I found the community of homeless veterans by happenstance. I was housing homeless. First, I was housing well-to-do people. And then I started housing homeless, or at risk of being homeless, emancipated youth in the Chicago area. Hey, hi. And then I started housing seniors with funding in the Chicagoland area. Then I bought like 7, 8 houses. It was crazy because I didn't have the education that I do now to teach you to do what I did and not what I did wrong. I don't want to teach anybody that, but I could speak about it. So after that, I met a homeless senior veteran in a wheelchair. Thank you for the hearts. And that homeless senior veteran in the wheelchair is what has me sitting in this seat today, 22 plus years later. I started then housing those homeless veterans who came from organizations that supported seniors, not just with housing, but I was there to get them housed. And then the organization would take it from there with their programs that they have. So I met this senior veteran in a wheelchair. And during that, let me see, maybe a year or 2 later is when HUD-VASH, thank you for all those hearts, is when HUD-VASH came onto the market. And all of these homeless veterans just started pouring out from everywhere. And I'm like, man, let me see. My brother said, you need to go help them because they're struggling here. I'm like, well, who should I call? Who should I contact? And he gave me the contact person. And I contacted them and I went. And he was like, you do what? He already knew my brother because they worked at the VA. And he said, you do what? I said, yeah, here's the proof of how many homeless people, and not just veterans, who I have been housing over the past 2 to 3 years until I got to you. And he was like, oh, we need help. So here's a veteran. Let's do this veteran first and see how you do. And then we'll add on more. Okay, I'm fine. We got him housed. He was like, oh, you can do this. Okay, well, okay, we got some more. Got him housed. We've got more. I'm like, listen, we need to have a meeting. so that I can talk to all the social workers and case managers and the program manager to let everybody know how we're going to operate this operation. Because I can see what you guys are doing. And you're not realtors, you're social workers who have to do this as a job of like a real estate person. So we had the meeting, and we had several meetings after that. And this is the book that came out of all of those meetings to teach those social workers, case managers, human care professionals, program managers how to work effectively in the real estate market while trying to find units for veterans, for homeless veterans using the voucher. These veterans primarily received HUD-VASH vouchers during that time. Well, that's what they all received. It was a HUD-VASH voucher. And these social workers, they had never used the HUD-VASH voucher. They never knew what a voucher was, period. So that was something they had to learn. Then they have to learn, how do you go into the community to find housing for these veterans with this voucher that realtors don't even know how to use? Oh, let me turn this camera around one moment. Okay, now we're straight. So I wrote this book for realtors. Remember, I'm a realtor, and I've housed over 5,000 homeless veterans during my career as a realtor, from homeless to home ownership and everything in between. So if you have a transitional housing unit or you're interested in creating transitional housing, this is the book for you. This book guides you and teaches you how to work effectively in the veterans community with realtors and with social workers and case managers and program managers. So if you want all three of these books, I would suggest you get to study it. And then I've got more. I wrote a whole library. This is my library right here, along with the first book that I wrote for veterans in this community. Oh, I could have been putting these books up here so y'all over here could see it on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay, there you go. So that's the book. So I wrote, this is the third edition. The third edition, Veterans Buying Real Estate Guide. There you go, for today's market. The third edition, not the first, the third. This is the second edition. Right there. That's the second edition. All right. So I've been going to the VA and the vet centers for 22 plus years. It's really 23 years. But I just said that 22 sounds good. 22 plus years. Educating social workers, case managers, program managers, veterans, how to operate in this homeless veteran community as a volunteer, as a realtor, as a veteran, as a formerly homeless female veteran, as a veteran of survival of domestic violence by the hands of my then serving U.S. Marine active duty husband, surviving military sexual trauma, all of that. But I came back, I'm like, wait a minute. When I was introduced to real estate, and if you have not liked and start to follow me over here on YouTube, please do. And then so all of those experiences helped me a lot when I became a realtor and when I found the homeless veterans community, because everything they had gone through or everything they were in right now, their feet were knee deep, waist deep in. I'm like, Pshaw, been there and done that. So come on, let me get you out of that quicksand. I did that so many times. In fact, oh, let me show y'all. Hold on. I do like to show and tell. That's why I wrote so many books, because it's so much you can say, but when you put things in books, it lasts forever. And if there's anything you ever want to know about anything that I've done in the past 22 plus years, just pick up my books and it'll teach you everything I do. And I'm still writing, I'm still putting things down because I'm like, oh man, I didn't tell them this. Let me do another book. So I've got like 4 more books that I need to just finish. And then I've got some more that I just have more information to share. It's too much to come on here and just talk about it. This is over 22 years of working directly with homeless veterans in my library. My library is called U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resources Book Series. Right here. And that's me on the back. I mean, God had put this in me, and it was so much coming out so quickly and so fast after my stroke. He said, you're gonna learn how to do this today. Like, what? We went to Africa in 2022, I believe. Yeah, 2022. And when I came back, because I had seen things that I had never seen before in my whole life, that's a whole different continent. Oh, and I saw my people and I'm like, this is where I'm from. Part of me, the main part, and I saw just how they need our help. And I came home and I'm like, what can I do to help? And I have a son there. I started taking care of Emmanuel when he was 2. And now he's 14. And I got to see him. I got to put my arms around him. We got to laugh. We got to play. We have like the most kindred spirit. We had fun together. We enjoyed each other's company. And it's my desire to bring him here. I'm paying for his tuition and other stuff, but I would love to bring him here and continue to send the resources so his mom and sister and nephew can still live. If I make enough money, I'll bring them all here. Because to experience that and to see your relatives here doing what Americans do, we got stuff and it's hard to get it there. I'm like, oh, I got on Canva and I figured out how to upload books, my thoughts, to create a journal. That was the first thing I did. And I'll show y'all, I've got a series of international books on Amazon and on my website. So if you just type in my name on Amazon, they'll all come up. So I said, Lord, let me see how to do this. I went on, I learned AI. I created a cover of my son's face using AI, and it's beautiful. And I put our story in that journal. so everybody can know why we have this journal of hope. And at the beginning, you saw him when he was 2. And at the end, you'll see him at the time when he was 12, when I actually got to see him and we're just hugging each other. And I put that journal out and I uploaded everything to Amazon. I'm like, okay, now I got to learn how to use this platform. So then I learned how to use KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and I created a company, a publishing company. But I didn't create the company when I did his journal. And then Amazon approved it and I had a journal. So I started selling those. And a lot didn't sell, but it was okay because I learned how to do something. And he does have them. I shipped them to him. So he does have some. And he had a few over, that he can share with his friends in his classroom. So from there, we were FaceTiming. Hi, That put like where we can go purchase. Oh, okay. On Amazon under my name, Yvette Jones Swanson. The phone is too far away from me to get to. But I'll do a video with our books with the journals on there too. And then I did another journal for Linda. Oh my God, Linda's journal is so beautiful. Y'all can stay on TikTok when I get off of YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn. And I'll go downstairs and get the journal so I can show y'all. They're so beautiful. So we were FaceTiming his like his village uncle, Jacob. And Jacob, he's my friend here too on TikTok, on all platforms. So he FaceTime and I saw this little girl. I'm like, what? Move over. Let me see. Who is that little girl? She is so cute. She's so pretty. And her name is Linda. And Jacob said, she's not in school. And I'm like, why? They don't have the funding because it's so poor. Oh my God. So you either pay for school or you pay for some type of housing. And a lot of times that's like a house somebody built with wood and sticks. So I said, I'm going to do Linda a journal. And I did that journal and I spoke at a church one Sunday and I showed the journals. And one of the girls at church said, oh, tell me about Linda. She said, and Linda's story is also in that journal. She said, I want to sponsor Linda. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. She'll be so happy. So Linda's in school. This is Linda's second year in school. And the journal also is on Amazon. It's so pretty. I designed that cover too. And then Jacob said, Yvette, we have another girl named Evelyn. Evelyn was in her last year and she needed funding for school. So I'm like, oh, that's a no-brainer. Let me do a journal for Evelyn. So I did a journal for Evelyn. Did a full-fledged book for Salaga and the Salaga slave trade. That's a full book. That book is beautiful. And it talks about, there's an author into that book. He was our tour guide while we were there. And I'm like, we're coming here, leaving here, and everything still looks the same. I said, thousands of millions of people come through here. What do they leave you? What are these children getting for us coming and they're dancing and singing for us, making us feel welcome in the motherland? What are these seniors getting, showing us what our seniors do? How can we support this? I'm like, you know what? If I can do journals, I can do a book. Because I had paid this girl to do this book right here, $1,700. And this is the second edition. The first edition, I did, and I had this printer just print them out. It was so, I mean, the information was in there. The first time I just had a folder like this with flyers. So I went from a folder to a book. That's progress, baby. And this is the third edition. Thank you very much. So, and I've been doing this for 22 plus years. So now $1,700. And I asked her how much, and she's like, look, God said, you're going to learn today. So before I started writing my real estate book series, I was practicing. I was practicing creating, but they all came out so beautifully. Creating journals, and not just for Africa, but for churchgoers. I have like 7. Is that Jacob? Hey, Jacob, I just told our story. Jacob is in Ghana. So he's the one who introduced me to Emmanuel on Facebook like 14 years ago. I'm telling them about our journal. So I was practicing with the journals, and that's why I'm like, man, let me go ahead and make me another journal because I need to write every day. And I was writing in these notebooks that I don't even know what's in half of them. It's not my style. So I created my style. And this is also on Amazon. So feel free to go get it. So then I did another book with another African person. He's in Uganda. I was on It's a Great Story Everyone Must Hear. Yes, yes. I told him you weren't here when I told him the story. So I'm talking about Uganda now. So I was on LinkedIn and I saw this young man. He's also here on TikTok, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. He's on all of my social medias too. So he had all these children. I'm like, what do you got? Why you have so many kids? Young man, where do y'all, how do you have all these kids? He said, these are all orphaned and abandoned children here in Uganda, in my village. And I brought them all to my house. He's got a 2-bedroom home, little home with some land, but he's renting it. And it's 50 children. And he saw another baby about a year ago. And I'm like, where did you get her? She just wanders because her mom is an alcoholic and she just can't do anything. And the little girl just wanders. I said, can we keep her? Oh, she's so beautiful. So I gave her the name Lydia. Lydia, because I can't pronounce her name. It's a lot of kids. So Lydia is my baby. So we have a book. I said, we must tell your story of how he was orphaned at the age of 10 and abandoned because his mom died in a car accident. And a nice lady took him in, and he was there with her and her boys. But he had to put the work in. You got to go make some money some kind of way. You got to eat. You got to go to school. So go use your talents and gifts that God gave you, because you got to make some money. You got a roof over your head, but you got to go to work. You got to do something. Use your brains. So he had to do that. And then at an age where he had to go, he had to go. So now he has 50 kids. Thanks for joining my club. And I'm like, people have to hear this story. So that story is, thanks for joining my club again. That story is in a book on Amazon. Just type in my name, Yvette Jones Swanson, and all of my books will come up. So I've got like 31 on there now, or something like that. And I also wrote in other people's books too. So it might be about 3. I know 3 for sure but maybe, I don't know. But I think it might be 3. My 1 cent and a couple more. So we had our sections in the books, like our, you know, what's the 1 cent, the one thing you want to tell somebody chapter in the book. And so that my chapter on what I wanted to tell people is in those books that I wrote in. Currently reading your shared model. Tell people how you like it. Tell the people what you're learning. So Dexter is reading from this book right here. And thank you so much for getting it. This book came out #1. It came out top new release on Amazon in United States military veterans history. So yeah, I was very, very pleased when I saw that. So this one came out #1. It came out top new release and #1 new release. So this is the Veteran Shared Living Models. And man, I could tell y'all so much about that, but it's in the book. It's really in the book. I live that life. I live this life. And it's in the book. So this book teaches you how to not just set up your veteran shared living model, but how to, with my partner and myself, he's also on all of my social media. That's Derek E. Green, CPPO, certified public procurement officer. Got it. I hope that's it. So the book, it positions you to receive veterans who have funding to pay for them to be somewhere. Otherwise, now you're chasing social workers. You're chasing case managers. And if that's not their job, then you're just annoying them right now. Trust me. Because they're like, I don't know. If they send you a veteran, who's going to pay? That's not their job. And some of them don't even know how to do what's in this book, Finding Home. They don't know how to do this. In this book, it teaches you how to find all of these resources that's floating around our communities. It's over $900 million in 411 organizations in grants that was provided by the Department of Veteran Affairs from August through September, over $900 million. But if these social workers don't know how to connect to these organizations, then you've got a problem. And number 2, if these organizations aren't using the money effectively for veterans who apply, or some of them don't even know these organizations exist. So then you have this veteran with nothing. So this book, A Guide to Veteran Shared Living Models, is really needed in our community. This could be the buffer between a homeless veteran and a veteran who can receive permanent housing. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a veteran shared living model, and your model is for couples. I'm going to put it out there like that because the 2 people who I'm thinking about could benefit from a shared living model. They're in Virginia, right? So let's say that social worker was knowledgeable about where the money is within these organizations in Virginia. And she knows who in Virginia has a shared living model for couples or for disabled veterans with their caretaker, and the caretaker has to stay in the same room with the veteran. So that's 2 beds being occupied. 2 beds. Each room has 2 beds, right? So this one room could have those 2 people, and the organization could be paying for that while they wait until a unit is found for them to use their HUD-VASH voucher on. That's a housing plan. Now, in your veteran shared living model, they just can't be there keeping a bed warm. In order for you to get the funding from these organizations, you have to have some type of program. So in your program, and I'm just giving y'all some keys on how to use my books. This is how my thinking works in this veterans community. In your program, you're going to have a realtor in your back pocket. And not just any realtor. A realtor who knows how to work with investors. Like me. I've housed over 5,000 homeless veterans with investors. Why is that? Who owns the properties? Somebody's got to get the rent. Somebody has to get the program fee. Who's receiving the money on that property? Whoever receives the money on that property is an investor of some sort. And he or she is going to receive a rent check or program check every month. And as the realtor, you brought that tenant or that client, that participant, to somebody's shared living model, to somebody's, hold on, let me get a house, single family house, right? So now as a realtor, you're going to get a commission. Now, for the couple in Virginia who went to this veteran shared living model home, whose tenant portion or program fee is being paid by an organization that received the grant from the United States Department of Veteran Affairs. So they're staying up in your 2 beds in your house, and you're receiving a program fee for both of them. But what is your program? Your program is to know who these realtors are, who have investors in their back pockets who they can call and say, hey, you have an available unit. I have a veteran with a voucher, and I have a veteran and the caregiver with financial funds that'll pay for their 2 beds in your veteran shared living model home. Now, I just bought your book, Innovative Housing Solutions, A Guide to Veteran Shared. I'm ready to learn. Thank you so much. Stick around. So what I want you to do over there, Brandon, is go to my, send me an email. I think you can email me. And then I'll add you to my private group. Well, here's my camera. I'll add you to my private group. Where there's more. So that's how all of this works. And you can't have one without the other. You have to have it all. Otherwise, you're gonna miss something. And that's just these books right here. This is an expansion of what's in the federal benefits guidelines for veterans. To get this download, write this down or come back and write it down. go to www.va.gov/get started to learn what your benefits are as a veteran. And if you say, Yvette, I want to house homeless veterans, then you need this book. Because just housing a homeless veteran and not helping them get their benefits, all that they qualify for, where do you take them? Where do you guide them? Where do you lead them to get these federal benefits? So you got to know what these benefits are yourself. Can you repeat the title? Oh, the site. va.gov/get, GET, started, all one word. It's a PDF. So in this book, it's going to tell you where to go, but it's not going to tell you how to do it. My books tell you how to do it. So get this book, and then whatever state that you are in, like I'm in Illinois. So this book is Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs. So go to your Illinois, go to your Ohio Department of Veteran Affairs, Texas Department of Veteran Affairs, go to their website and hopefully they have a download. If not, go to your local Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs, your regional office. They might have these at your regional office. Or go to a stand down. Go to where veterans are. You want to work in the veterans community, go to where veterans are. So these books and and also your local VA also, maybe, I don't know, but I know we do. we have the Jesse Brown VA Medical Center Veterans Community Resource Guidebook here, right here, right? So you can find your local guidebook. And then for veterans who want to be entrepreneurs, because this, let me tell you, having this book as a veteran, having all of my books as a veteran, and you know what you can do as a VOSB, I've got that, a veteran-owned small business, you'll know what your benefits are. So go get this. This is Illinois, and you might have one for Ohio, Texas. I work for veterans hospitals in Tampa and would like to learn how to house homeless veterans. That's what I'm talking about. Go to my bio and start buying my books. That's where you learn. And all of my books, whatever it is you want to learn, go get a book. Because it's going to be that. It's a whole new education. And just by me talking right here, you won't get it. So what happens here, Illinois, right? So as an entrepreneur, as a veteran entrepreneur, you're going to need the guide on how to do that, how to sign up with SAM.gov. Oh my God. Don't even ask me about that, please. I don't teach on that. I don't talk about that. All I do is continue to certify and get certified. I've got 14 certifications, federal, state, and local to Chicago, 5 states. But I do not talk about how to do it. Please don't ask me that. I don't even mentor. Oh my God. It's a lot. And that's why I say you have to learn. Somebody told me the other day, I'll just buy the book. It'll just be sitting there. Then you won't learn. That's what I said. You put something in the book, then people won't learn nothing because they won't buy the book. So as a veteran entrepreneur, Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs programs, you could, I can use both of these logos because I am a service disabled, veteran owned small business. These are 2 of my 14 certifications. And veteran owned small business. What? I could use these logos. Those are real cool because I'm certified with Illinois as well. So when you have your program, your veterans shared housing and program, you have to know what these benefits are: federal, state, local, county. You have to know what these benefits are so you can help these veterans transition from that bed. If you're working with the veteran who has a voucher, then it's up to you to help that veteran get housed. So if you know a realtor, let him or her know that they can go ahead and get my book. This book was already approved by the IDFPR, Illinois Department Financial Professional Regulations. I got it. And I had it approved as a class. And I did one class, but I'm like, oh man, that's not long enough for 3 hours. Woo, and the prerequisite is you got to read the book. You got to read the book. And then you come to class and I give you more. And your head be like, oh, damn, that's how you were making 6 figures housing homeless veterans? Yes, and yes. From homeless to home ownership. I can show you, it's in the book. There, some of them are right here. That's just some of them. These are some of my workshops at the VA and the vet centers. It's in the book, the 3rd edition, Veterans Buying Real Estate Guide for Today's Market. This right here had marked 10 years of doing veterans housing workshops at the vet centers. I did 13 years at one vet center. We added them up, 200 workshops at one vet center. Only time I missed is when I had a sinus infection and bronchitis. Bronchitis and sinusitis at the same time. And then these are the workshops over here at the city colleges. So I've been to city colleges and I take my team because I don't know. Look, I'm not a lender and all that's in the book. An attorney, insurance, I sit back and come on, y'all, tell them about that. Yeah, don't get them that. Get that credit straight. Maxwell. So Maxwell of Fifth Third Bank just nominated me to receive a grant from Fifth Third Bank of $5,300. So please push them up, put some prayers up for me. God knows I could use it. So I'm thankful of that. And I'm also the new subject matter expert writer for Mission Roll Call on homelessness, veterans homelessness, and housing. So, and y'all could also follow me on LinkedIn under my name. And I have a month, is it monthly now? Because I was doing what's it called? A book, something. I just write the stories. I forgot the name of it. But of all the veterans I was getting in veterans like every day. Homeless veterans who didn't know about any of these resources. None of them. And they were homeless, didn't know nothing. So I'm like, let me see. I can help you. 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 Look, this book right here, Finding Home. I love this book. This is what sparked everything. Okay, let me go to my favorites. In this book, Resources for Hawaii, for a female Marine who was homeless in Hawaii. And I sent her these resources to get housed. And she had a voucher. Resources to Las Vegas. a young veteran single dad of a 2-year-old and got housed and got furniture delivered to his new housing. Resources to Akron, Ohio. So the writer for one of the writers for Mission Roll Call had did a story on me back in March of 2025. So y'all just Google my name and you can find all this stuff that I've been doing. So in 2025, they did a story on me on Mission Roll Call. And she said, oh, my brother, he's in the military. He discharged and he's in another country. And now he wants to come home. But when he comes home, he won't have anything. He won't have any resources. I'm like, say less. So I sent her all of these resources for her brother when he gets home. And these are resources that they're not advertising on the side of a bus. They're not advertising in I don't know, in the gas stations. They don't have a billboard. They don't even tell you that the government just awarded them. Hold on, let me get one of them. I'm not just awarded them $4,024,017. They don't tell you this in Maryland Project, please. They were awarded $4,024,017. Is their name on the side of a bus? How does a veteran know that they can even, where do they find these organizations when it's not publicized? They don't tell us nothing. I was a homeless female veteran right here, coming out of the military after military sexual trauma, and I'm just traumatized. And I get home and they tell me, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. I faint, my heart goes out, and you give me this stress test and you tell me there's nothing wrong. I'm 19 coming back to public housing to do what? I went to the military for benefits. That's why I went, for educational benefits. I can work a job in the military every day, be a military soldier every day and get a check. I can do that. I'm not doing nothing in the project. Damn, that just messed it up, I thought. But is why I'm here today, to talk to you all about all of this. All of these experiences that I went through as a former homeless female Army veteran is to now teach you how to help another homeless veteran in any situation. I mean, within reason, because some of them just like, I don't trust that man. I'm like, whatever, you're still the nephew or the niece to Uncle Sam, and you still could qualify for any of these benefits that'll help you get off the street. I help veterans of all walks of life. One veteran, I housed her. She was homeless, about to be just in her car. And they called me from an organization that no longer exists because they were like mishandling things, trying to get me involved. I'm like, lady, please. And you really need to stop. So she's no longer around. But anyway, I housed her. I made 2 phone calls and I said, I'll be there to get you. So gather your things. I got to talk to the social worker and, get, what I need to get to the owner. And he knew it was all coming. And got her to the house. And she said, oh, Yvette, I'm like, look, this right here is only temporary. And she said, something just stung her. I'm like, yes, because I've been where you are. I know. So I'm in the hospital bed 10 years later, that famous number 10, I'll tell y'all number 10 again later. 10 years later, right? In the hospital bed of just having a near-death experience, suffering from COVID-19 pneumonia. And I come back to this life right here, still with COVID. And I look up and I'm like, first I thought I was waking up in heaven, but I wasn't. I was waking up in the hospital bed where I was. And I'm like, who are you? And she said, it's Dr. Carla. I'm like, oh, why are you here? How did you get here? What? Dr. Carla was the same homeless female veteran with her 10-year-old daughter who I housed 10 years ago when I woke up from my near-death experience, just so God can tell me, Yvette and my daughter, you're not done. Get your butt up. So I had to go through all of that to realize just why I'm here. Because what I do, it ain't nothing. And once it clicks, you be like, that's it, Yvette. All day, every day. I got letters in my books because I like to show and tell, not show off, but I like to show and tell. Okay. So in this book, Finding Home, first of all, the first letter is from a congressman. Right here. Let me see, right here, from Congressman Danny Davis, thanking me for the work that I do in the community. This was written in 2024. Then I have a letter written to me in 2017 from a veteran, a vet center director. This letter over here was written to me by the program manager of the housing, HCP, Housing Choice Partners. And this was written back in 2014, just thanking me for housing all of those, everybody. And then this is how I met my first homeless veteran in a wheelchair from Access Living. Now, why? And then, hold on. Right here, base, owner, and manager of 900 units. Okay. So that's in this book. So as a realtor, right, I'm getting letters from congressmen thanking me for housing homeless veterans. I'm getting letters from organizations thanking me for housing their homeless people, and then homeless veterans. From the Housing Choice Partners, which is a contractor of the Housing Choice Vouchers, which is the formerly known Section 8, writing me a thank you letter for housing their voucher holders. As a realtor, everybody who I just mentioned has money around. And who did all that money come to? This owner. And who had to pay me? This owner. And all of these veterans got housed. So that's what I've been doing at the VA, at all the vet centers in the city of Chicago, except for one, at Cook County Corrections, Federal Bureau of Prisons, Chicago City Colleges, Prairie State College, Cook County, what's it called? Cook County something, government something, CC, there's so many places, municipalities, I mean, just so many places. Housing and educating the veterans community in housing. So go follow me on LinkedIn. I am the new subject matter expert on veterans homelessness and housing. Oh, and also, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all. So September 29th, and this is one of my favorite magazines and one of my favorite all-time artists. This is Gloria Estefan, right? And I am on page 52. No, page, that's the pizza on page 52. I am on page 50. I'm on page 52. Marlene, you got this magazine. I saw you because you sent me a picture with you holding this magazine. So this veteran right here who is in this magazine is also in this book as a homeowner now. But this veteran who they chose to use this picture of was a homeless senior veteran. He was married to his wife and they got married at a senior age. And he sold his house. He moved in with her house, and the wife said, well, I'm going to put the daughter's name. I'm going to get a house to the daughter, put it in her name. So when something happened to me or you, and she won't have to go through probate, so she did that, and then she put him out. They became a homeless veteran family. Him, her, and their adopted daughter, who they adopted when she was 2 or 3, Katie. I'm like, what? Okay, I got you. And that's when I was the vice chairman of the commission, of the Veterans Commission in the village of Park Forest. I was the vice chairman for 5 years. So they contacted me, and I'm like, I just got a phone call like the day before wanting a veteran family in their rental property. So I got the call the next day. I'm like, I got that. All right, good. I got somebody for you. Good. Then I get another call, somebody calling to the commission. I get the call. And I'm like, okay, you have a wash and dryer you want to donate to the commission? Good. I need you to take that wash and dryer to this address and make sure you send somebody to hook it up. She was like, oh, okay. It's going to a veteran family who I just got rented the previous day. And now they're getting a wash and dryer. So 5 years later, they're sitting down, him and Miss Mary, his wife, sitting down praying because the house is falling all around them, falling down. And the lady is trying to force them to buy it. I said, you don't have to buy that raggedy house. You know what's wrong with that house. You don't have to buy it. Let's get you pre-approved. I know what you and Miss Mary got. How y'all been taking care of your credit? He said, oh, mama's been doing good. Well, I think we're ready. Well, let's get you there. So got him pre-approved and got him a house. That's their house right there. Can y'all see that over here? Okay, that's their house right there. So Miss Mary, right? She done fell sick. We go to the nursing home on her birthday, and we're under contract. I'm like, Miss Mary. I said, is this so good to see you? But I don't like seeing you like this, Miss Mary. I'm like, you are a strong woman, Miss Mary. I know you're going through some things right now, but I know how strong you are, Miss Mary. She was one of those mama like, oh, she retired from education and she had a position where she was like in charge. So, and at Miss Mary, even when she got wheelchair bound, Miss Mary was still calling shots. Don't mess with Miss Mary. So I'm like, Miss Mary, you have to hang on, Miss Mary. I said, we need your money in order to close on this house. And you know how important it is for you and Mr. Baldwin and Katie. Miss Mary, hold on. I said, I know you got it in you, girl. I know you got it in you. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. She held on. Held on. She held on. She held on. Because it would have been disastrous if she didn't. But she did. God saw us through. And they've been in that house. Miss, he just sent me a thing, happy Thanksgiving. So that's what I've been doing. And I've been tucked away at the VA all these years. I was even a badge carrying volunteer. So everything that I talk about and everything that I've written about in my publications, and there are more to come, is what the veterans community here in the Chicagoland area have been awarded all these years. And I've been awarded too. This year, I got this award from Main Street Organization of Realtors, the President's Award. This is to me, Yvette Jones, for outstanding service, dedication, and time so generously given to Main Street Realtors. This is 2025. Thank you for the hearts. And in 2025, I got this award from the Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs, Illinois Women Veteran Leaders of 2025 honors my name, Yvette Jones Swanson, for your continued service and dedication to the Illinois veteran community. And that was number 2. And I was in Woman's World twice this year. And I got another award, this real big one, that's real heavy. That's Women of Distinction Award. And then I got this award, my new award that's hanging on the wall behind me. That is for my Community Service Award in the veterans community. So even though y'all don't know me, some of y'all just met me. But be rest assured, y'all got an old head running things around here. And I've been running things around here for 22 years and have been acknowledged for doing outstanding work in this community. So now that this new government at the White House, when they were letting people go, doing that Doge, they let me go, and I was a volunteer. I'm like, what? Hey, Yvette, happy Thanksgiving. Hey, Starfish, thank you so much. They let me go as a volunteer. I'm like, who's gonna house these homeless veterans? And they were wrong too. They were really wrong. I would be there. I would come every third Thursday with my team and bring breakfast, like continental breakfast, healthy stuff, and show up all the time. Show up, always there, showing up. And I'm like, all of these service. Let me show y'all. All of these service organizations, not all of them, but the ones who come down that are on this list right here, they're down there. Where are their veterans at? Where are their veterans at? Where they're supposed to be using the money for? Where are their veterans at? Huh? They should have a room full. When I was there the first time, when they first opened the doors, I had my own cubicle. And all these veterans who are on this list who received the grant money, I didn't get any grant money. I wasn't a government contractor at the time. I was a realtor housing homeless veterans at the VA, at the CRRC, the VA. First the VA, then they opened the CRRC. I went there, had my own cubicle. So the waiting room was always filled with homeless veterans coming to see me. Always. And I was there at that time every week, every Thursday by myself. And I would just pair them up with property owners, whatever type of property they had, whatever type of housing they needed. If they needed funding, I would find it for them. The same thing I do now, what I teach you how to do in this book, in Finding Home. So I'm doing this, hold on, as where's my realtor book? Where's my realtor book? I'm doing this as a realtor. I'm doing this as a realtor. As a realtor. Former Army veteran. And the waiting room will be filled. And one day I got 22 homeless veterans housed in one day. One day. I would make sure they have bus cards because you got to go. Look, today is my day to get all y'all housed. So I'm pairing you up with this owner. You got your bus card. He'll be there in 45 minutes. Don't make any stops. They go, you like the unit? Good. I already got your paperwork. I'm going to send everything over. Sign it. It's yours. All day. All day. So now one of the social workers says, I'm taking up all the space. How am I taking up all the space and ain't nobody coming to see them? So they're like, look, she gotta go. I'm like, y'all crazy. But no worries, no fret. I got a phone call. I'm trying to find it. I got a phone call. What book did I put that in? I put that in this book. I got a phone call from the vet center at in Forest Park, Illinois, and never looked back. This was the first veterans housing fair I did at the vet center because I started them at Jesse Brown VA. And when they said, okay, then you're taking up too much space, they gave me my own office at Forest Park Vet Center, the own office. So I started doing meeting the veterans there. And I'm like, look, all y'all need to come at the same time. So I started doing the veterans housing and resource fair. And the first one I did there was Thursday, August 1st, 2013. They were like, everybody couldn't make it that day. Can you do another one? So I did another one. Thursday, October, 2 months later, October 17th, 2013. And then just started doing them all over the city. So that's what I teach you how to do. You say you want to house homeless veterans, then you can go all in, or you can tiptoe around it. I don't know what you want to do. But if you want to go all in, then get all the books, go all in, and then get all the benefits information from the federal to the state, the county, and the city. This is the county. They got a big book. If you're going all in, then go all in. You say you want to house homeless veterans, do it the right way. These veterans get so many benefits that they don't know about. Good night, Mel. And it's up to you. If you say you're going to house them, then give them something back. Don't just be a money grab like me and my partner be talking about, y'all. I'm going to house homeless veterans, but I want to do a program. I just want to give them give them housing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Would you do a family member like that you're trying to help? Think about it like this. Think about, dang, I missed all this good information. You can go back on YouTube and see the whole thing. Just follow me on YouTube. Should you have you don't have to have a real estate license. No, you don't have to do everything I do. I just happen to be a realtor who has been housing homeless veterans for over 22 years. And I've done everything that you all are telling me you want to do. So I just put my stuff in books so you can learn anything that I do or have done in over 22, 23 years and get some books. I would like to do model 3. Okay, then do model 3. Did you send me your name, email address, and phone number to join my private group? And I'm having a 2-hour Q&A tomorrow. So anybody who read a book and still has questions can join my Q&A tomorrow. All right. Thank y'all for being here over on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Sometimes, I don't like being on so long on LinkedIn because that's really a professional site. Okay, let me answer some of y'all questions over here. Powerful episode. What inspired today's focus on veterans housing? This is all I talk about. How do you join? When you buy my books, when you buy a book or two and let me know, send me proof that you bought a book, and then I'll put you in my private group. Hey, music, somebody. Miguel de Leon. Thank you for shedding light on this issue, truly impactful. Thank you, Jennifer. Let me see. So inspiring. What's the biggest challenge you're seeing in the field right now? The biggest challenge has always been not knowing how to use these resources and benefits from the social workers, case managers, human care professionals, concerned citizens, investors, people who say they want to do veterans housing. Nobody is using everything cohesively in order to get the job done. And that's in my books, is bringing everybody to the same mindset. What's the first step someone should take to start helping homeless veterans? Get my books and read them. How do you identify which programs make the biggest impact? The ones that we can actually use, because otherwise they are misusing the money. The books are on Amazon, yes, or directly through your link. On Amazon, under my name, Yvette Jones Swanson, or where do we purchase your books? On Amazon or through my link on TikTok and in my bio on LinkedIn. What's the most common barrier veterans face when seeking housing? Uneducated professionals. You know, there are laws to protect homeless veterans with the voucher, but the realtors, the real estate community, act like they don't know these laws, in which they don't, because nobody's ever presented those laws, but I'm going to start presenting those laws. When I write letters to Congress, to the state, I'm looking over here. I keep forgetting my cameras are here. To the state, the Senate, city council, everybody. There are laws to protect homeless veterans with vouchers, HUD-VASH vouchers. These vouchers come with two, and it's in this book. Y'all can read it. It's in the federal guidelines. I'm not making this up. On page 57, on page 67, Housing and Urban Development, Veterans Affairs Supportive Housing, HUD-VASH program. The collaborative program pairs HUD, Housing Choice Voucher Rental Assistance, with case management and supportive services. So it's two agencies that said yes to this veteran who received this voucher. And then there are laws that govern how this voucher should be used. But realtors are like, oh, you got to do this, and you didn't get approved. Well, you don't know what the laws of protections are. So that's why I write the letters, and that's what I'm going to start teaching the community. You got to know what your rights are and how to use them. And I've just exerted my power over 23 years and like, look, this is a damn veteran, and veterans come with benefits, federal benefits, state benefits, county benefits, city benefits, local benefits. You can't say no. This is a benefit that this veteran has received. If you say no to this, you're violating their beneficial rights of having these benefits, one of which is housing. And then you want to throw on seniors and then disabled. So now you done disqualified a veteran with the voucher with 3 disabilities. I wrote a bill that I'm going to go back and look at, and then I'm going to send it to every senator, every congressman, every state. But it's actually a way that it has to be presented. So the first politician to get it is, I forgot I wrote it down in my book. So I'm going to go back and look at it, because I'm going to send it in order so that bill can be passed, so that it can educate our realtor community. Because otherwise, we're going to continue having all of these homeless veterans. And that's why I was able to house over 5,000 of them. And that's how I know what I do is duplicatable. Because I know how to insert the law. I mean, I was like, look, you're going to do it or not. And if you don't do it. But that's what I teach you how to do. So get my book so you can learn. Because otherwise, you'll be out there. I heard this lady say, no, know what to say. Know what to say. I'm in the new veteran community and they still don't teach what you teach. I know that. I know. Ain't nobody teaching this. Ain't nobody using it. Nobody. That's why I'm nationwide. Get the book and then join my community so we can all do this. So anywho, I said I was going to let y'all go over here on LinkedIn. They got tired of me. They just fell off. But I do like this comment. He said, I just bought your book, Innovative Housing Solutions, A Guide to Veteran Shared Living. I'm ready to learn. I'm so glad. Thanks for going live. This information is truly empowering. Loving this broadcast, but respect for the work you do. Thank you kindly. Loving the broadcast. Thank you so much. Okay, so all right, I'll see y'all Monday. Not y'all can stay. I'm going to end the live stream on the other channel.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.